step, an idea, a vision. At Shepherd University, you'll join a journey that began over 100 years ago and is still going strong. Make your ideas into something real and transform your vision into opportunity. 79 fields of study surrounded by over 300 acres of pristine West Virginia, close to Washington, D.C. Start your journey here. Shepherd University. Don't just dream, do.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to Charlestown Middle School. I'm your host, J.D. Fritz, with my co-host, Jeremy Atkins. Welcome, Jeremy.
Good evening, J.D.
We are here to call the broadcast for Charlestown Middle School versus the Wildwood Mustangs. And this should be a really good matchup between two teams that have a lot of history together. Charlestown brings in a 5-0 record to start the season. Wildwood is 2-0. So, Jeremy, let's just talk a little bit about some of the keys to this matchup we have this evening. Wildwood versus Charlestown. I'll let you go ahead and start for Charlestown. What are the keys for Charlestown this evening against this tough Wildwood team?
Well, speaking with Coach Smith before the game, he said Charlestown's best way to excel in this game is to keep Wildwood scoring low, specifically to try to keep them under or in the vicinity of 40 points. Also said they need to maintain their composure because Wildwood likes to run. Keep under control, solid defense, keep their patience. Last year, they were 13-3 and ran a very up-tempo running style offense. This year, different players, more of a half-court set.
Yeah, and Wildwood brings in a 51-0 record over the last 3 years. And so they really like to get up and down the floor. They like to pressure the ball pretty much full court the whole game. They got a lot of players coming in and out. So we're going to see a lot of action today and hopefully a lot of getting up and down, some good basketball. What would you like to see from Charlestown to defend or against the pressure that they're going to see from Wildwood tonight?
Well, I'd like to see them try to play some man-to-man possibly, but with what Wildwood can do, they may have to settle into a zone. Like to see them move the ball around a lot in the half-court set. They got some shooters, so three-pointers definitely can keep you in the game with a running team.
Definitely, and Coach Smith talked about that, trying to run a lot of half-court sets, and if they can find the open guy and knock down shots, I think they have a chance to keep this game pretty close. As far as Wildwood, like I said, they like to get up and down. They like to get a lot of fast break points, but don't get it wrong. They like to shoot the three too. They're a three-ball team as well. And when they're on fire, they can really, add up the points pretty quick. Particularly Cameron Shedrick, who's their leading scorer coming in. He really likes to get to the hole, and he's pretty much their go-to guy. So who for Charlestown do you see that's probably going to be a big factor for them?
I'd like to see Cowan Weaver get involved early. Like to see Carter Quinn out there, Landon Stahl, and Landon Schultz.
Yeah, Schultz has definitely stepped up a lot this year. He's a lot bigger and taller. Hit a growth spurt these last year and a half, and he's going to be a big factor probably inside that Wildwood's going to have to try to contain him. He can get up and down the floor as well. Go ahead.
I was going to say, JD, from being around basketball in the area for a long time, Coach Smith has a lot of experience.
Oh, yes, he does.
He's been on this floor at Charlestown for many, many, many years, and I think if anybody can slow Wildwood down and break this winning streak that they're on, it would be a team coached by him. I'm sure he's done his prep work and done his studying. Yeah,
and I don't know if you know this or not. He coached my oldest son several years ago when he was the coach at Wildwood at one time. So he's very familiar with a lot of the kids from Wildwood and their system. So
ironically enough, he beat my son for a championship many, many, many years ago.
Yep. So
in this exact gym.
So like I said, coaches' strategies involved. It's not always about the a player's ability. Sometimes the coaches have their own strategy to try to keep the game a lot closer. So it should be a really good game here tonight.
I'm excited. I think everybody in this gym is it's quite packed for an early season game, and the environment can almost cut the tension with a knife. I think everybody's turned out for this game.
Yeah, it definitely is a good crowd for a middle school basketball game. The starters tonight for Wildwood: Cameron Shedrick, number 13; Kari Yates, number 5; Jaquel Watkins, 23; Tajay Harrison, number 4; and Bray Holmes, number 11. For Charlestown,
we're going to have Cowan Weaver, number 2; Carter Quinn, number 3; Xavier Gerdak, number 32; Landon Stahl, number 1; Landon Schultz, number 20.
So we will get this.
Looks like we're getting the introductions done. Charlestown's going to be in the home whites. Wildwood's going to be in the orange and blue. Got to say, I like those orange uniforms.
Yeah, the orange is really nice. I like it. It's almost like a two-tone color. I like the little navy color mixed in with it as well. Instead of just going all orange, you got the orange that kind of fades into blue.
Charlestown's definitely working with a more classic look with the script Panthers across the chest and the Panther logo on the backplate.
Yeah, both of these teams have already played some tough competition. In last week's middle school showcase they had at Jefferson High School, both playing teams out of D.C.
They both took away wins.
Yep, that they did. And they both look very good in their first outing of the season.
That was a nice little event. That was the first time they put something like that on, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, it was really nice. I was at that game myself, and I enjoyed it. All 4 middle schools, Jefferson County middle schools, won.
I have to actually say there's a lot going on in Jefferson County these days with sports.
Yeah, and especially with basketball. I'll tell you, they've got a lot of good coaches and good AAU programs in place for these kids now. So they really have a lot of resources available for them that weren't necessarily there 15 or 20 years ago.
You're exactly right. There's quite a few good programs in Jefferson County, school-wise and AAU-wise.
So we're about ready to tip off here.
Looks like number 20, Landon Schultz, is going to jump for Charlestown.
And Cameron Shedrick for Wildwood.
And here we go.
And the Panthers control the tip. Xavier Gerdak brings the ball up. Swings it over to Cohen Weaver. who gives it back to Gerdick. Over to Carter Quinn. Carter passes it in the middle. Cohen Weaver with the threes, off the mark. Shedrick with the rebound. Pushes the ball up the floor. Over to Kari Yates, who calls out the play.
Looks like Charlestown's sitting down in a zone.
Shot off the mark, rebound Bray Holmes. He's called for traveling. Turnover. The Panthers will get the ball back. Carter Quinn brings the ball up the floor, swings it over to number 1, Landon Stoll.
Wildwood's in a 2-3 zone. Long three off the mark.
Landon Stoll just a little off the mark on that one. Ball goes back to Wildwood. Tajay Harrison will bring the ball up. Swings it over to Shedrick, who hits a three, but the shot's blocked by Landon Schutz.
Charlestown crowd got excited for that block, and
so far a pretty good defensive battle going back and forth.
well, Charlestown's managing to keep them off the board, and if you keep them off the board, you'll keep that score low like Coach Smith wanted.
Wildwood with this full court pressure that we talked about. Nice break.
Off the mark.
Braylon Holmes with the rebound. Kari Yates pushes the ball up for Wildwood. Swings it over to Shedrick in the corner. Down to Watkins to Bray Holmes for the bucket. And Wildwood's on the board with 2.
Oh, they got to keep that ball out of Holmes' hand down in that low post, JD.
Nice spin move by Landon Stoll. The shot is off the mark. Yates pushes the ball up the floor again. Over to Cam Shedrick in the corner to Hairston, who throws back over to Yates for 3.
Long three.
He banks it in. 3-pointer for Kari Yates.
Well, it's after 7 o'clock, but it looks like the bank is still open.
You're right. And Wildwood goes up with an early 5-0 lead. Gerdak swings it over to Weaver. Back over to Gerdak. Foul on the floor. Looks like that'll be Shedrick. It'll be his first foul.
And number 15, Khalid McDaniel is checking into the game.
Gerdak with the ball, swings it over to Landon Stoll. In the corner to Weaver. Down low to Schutz. There's a fight for the ball. Hairston comes up with it and pushes it up the floor.
Can't put the ball on the floor down there, JD.
He brings it back out. Smart decision. Swings it to the corner. Shedrick for 3. Just off the mark. Fight for the rebound. And Schutz comes down with it. Schutz back over to Stoll. Back over to Gerdak. Gerdak drives the lane. Little floater in the lanes. Off. Good rebound.
Nice rebound
by McDaniel. Puts it up and in. And the Panthers are on the board.
Well, that was a good substitution already, it looks like.
Hairston with the dribble. Over in the corner. Back over to Yates. Into the middle. Back to swing it. Over to Brown for 3s off the mark. Watkins tries to save it, but his foot's on the line, and it'll go back over to Charlestown. The timeout on the floor with 2:15 left in the first period. It is 5-2 Mustangs.
Well, Charlestown's hanging in there on defense.
Yep, they're really not having a lot of problem getting the ball up the floor and breaking the press. And then they're getting into their half-court offense, which, like Coach Smith said, is kind of slowing the game down, slowing the pace down to where Wildwood can't get out and run and get a lot of fast break points.
And definitely will keep the score down if you're
So Avery Brown is checked in for Wildwood now in place of Bray Holmes. Wildwood stays in that full court press. Ball goes into Gerdak. Little carry there. Turnover, ball will go back to the Mustangs. Harrison controls the ball for Wildwood. Over to Yates in the corner to Shedrick, down low to Watkins. Nice backdoor pass to Brown for the bucket. Wildwood goes up 7-2.
Doesn't appear that Wildwood's having a lot of problems scoring out of that low post right now.
No, good ball movement there by Wildwood. And we have a foul.
I think Charlestown's a little too much concerned with the 3 ball.
That foul will be on Tajay Harrison, his first. Gerdak dribbles the ball over and swings it to Stoll. Stoll has it back over to Gerdak. Makes a move, nice little drive to the bucket. He misses the layup.
Got to finish though.
And Cam Shedrick dribbles up the floor. He's got the ball. Ooh, that's going to be a charge going the other way. And that will be Cam Shedrick's second foul.
That was impressive to stand in there and take that charge.
And he's definitely not the guy they want in foul trouble as he comes to the bench and Bray Holmes comes back in.
Wildwood still in the press.
Cohen Weaver, or Carter Quinn, excuse me, passes it over to Gerdak. The ball gets knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mustangs. And into the game is Jaheim Gidney for Tajay Harrison.
Wildwood's definitely keeping them fresh.
Yep, they have a good rotation of guys. Swing the ball over to Stoll. He dribbles, swings it over to the corner to Schutz, who gives it back to Gerdak. Back to the corner to Schutz. Gerdak with the ball in the corner, and looks like we've got a foul on the floor. A lot of ball movement by the Panthers. That foul will be on Bray Holmes. I believe that's his first as well. Team's fourth. So there's a timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout. So yeah, we're already seeing a lot of what Coach Smith talked about, and it's making it very difficult for the Wildwood to get into their fast break offense that they like to do. They've kind of walked it up the floor more than running it up the floor and getting a lot of these fast break points. They've really tried to run more of a, forcing them to run the half-court offense as well.
I think Charlestown needs to stick with what they're doing. Maybe push the pace just a little bit to get themselves in the game. I think they're still in a lull.
Yeah, they haven't quite found their mark either as far as the shooting. They've missed a couple easy shots inside that could definitely have this game either tied or very well they might have the lead. So Weaver, Carter Quinn with the ball in the corner, back to Gerdak. Over to Quinn again. Quinn dribbles around, swings it to Gerdak, back to Schutz in the corner. Gerdak with the ball, back over to Weaver, down low. Foul on the floor. That'll be Watkins. Jaquel Watkins, his first foul. And Wildwood's picking up a lot of early fouls in this game, but being in the first quarter, they've already got 5 team fouls and 2 more, and they're in the bonus.
Long pass, out of bounds.
Who's that off of? White ball still. So Panthers will retain possession. Quinn to inbound over to Gerdak.
Wildwood's definitely playing tight defense right now.
Quinn with the ball, swings it over to Gerdak. Gerdak drives the lane. There's another foul on the floor. Wow. And that is foul number 6 for the team for Wildwood.
You know, Charlestown's having trouble penetrating that lane like they're trying to do, but it's really getting Wildwood in bad foul trouble.
Not sure who oh, nice look inside, but it got knocked away. I'm not sure who that last foul was on. Couldn't see who the ref was saying.
I didn't catch it either.
Quinn to inbound to Weaver. Or I'm sorry, Stoll. Stoll with the little hook shot inside. Doesn't fall. Kari Yates pushes it up the floor.
10 seconds to play in the quarter.
Gidney with the ball. Looks like they're going to settle for one shot here. Holmes over. Oh, was intercepted. Panthers push it up. Last second shot. No good by Carter Quinn. And that's the end of the first quarter, where the score remains Wildwood Mustangs 7 and your Charlestown Panthers 2.
Well, Charlestown's doing a good job of one of their strategies of keeping the scoring low, but they need to get some points for themselves.
That's true, Jeremy.
But if these fouls keep adding up and they keep driving to the hoop, they're going to go to that charity stripe quite a bit here come the second period.
Oh yeah, they'll be shooting after this next one the rest of the way, which favors Charlestown and is not good for for Wildwood. They've got, a little bit of early foul trouble with Cam and Shedrick. Everybody else just has one foul, I believe.
Looks like we're getting ready to start the second quarter.
On the floor for Wildwood is Avery Brown, Bray Holmes, Shaquille Watkins, Kari Yates, and Jaheim Gidney.
Looks like Charlestown's coming out with, looks like it's our starters. Weaver, Quinn, Geardock, Stoll, and Schutz.
Well, Gidney's running the point now for Wildwood. And Bray Holmes is playing the 2, I guess. Oh, Holmes turns the ball over to Gerdak. Gerdak for the easy layup, and it's 7-4.
And that definitely got these Panther fans excited.
Wildwood can't afford to turn the ball over with the game being so close. Yates drives the baseline, has to turn it back, passes to Holmes. Just nowhere to go with the ball. Inside to Watkins. Watkins goes up, and the shot is blocked by Landon Schutz. Pushed up the floor. Stolen away by the Mustangs. Back to the Panthers, down low. Well, it looks like his foot was on the line, so it's going to go back over to Wildwood.
Charlestown looked to be building some momentum there. If they could have got a hoop, that really would have put Wildwood on their heels. Because this crowd is really starting to get into it.
There was a lot of back and forth with those possessions.
And I can tell you, this place can get real loud real quick.
So Tajay Hairston is back in for Bray Holmes. He brings the ball up the floor, swings it to Gidney. Swings it back over to Hairston. Hairston's looking to the corner for Kari Yates. Kari Yates drives. And then travel called on Kari Yates. Well, those refs are quick to call the travels anymore. You see it on the high school level too. I tell you, you have to be conscious of putting that ball on the floor first.
I have to tell you, as a basketball dad, I think it's a habit of that particular travel does not get called in AAU.
Yeah, but not.
That is a quick foot hitting before the dribble. And
oh, Quinn inside with the dribble drive, and he is fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. That foul, I believe, was on Watkins.
I believe that's going to be Watkins' second. Looks like we're getting ready to bring Khalid McDaniel back into the game for Charlestown. Get some height back on the floor.
Quinn hits on his first. Braylon Holmes back in 2 for Wildwood. Replaces Watkins.
I definitely like how Wildwood keeps cycling their guys in and out and keeps them fresh. That could definitely play a factor at the end of the game.
Quinn knocks down the second. It's 7-6. Wildwood. So they close. Panthers close in on that lead. Harrison swings it to Gidney. Gidney swings it over to the corner to Yates, who swings it back over to Gidney, to Braylon Holmes. Back to Harrison. Harrison will shoot the three. It's off the mark. Avery Brown with the rebound. Passes it out to Gidney. Back to Brown for the three. And it's off. Bray Holmes inside. And he's fouled and will go to the line and shoot two.
See who this foul's on.
Looks like it's on Quinn for the Panthers.
That's going to be Quinn's first and Charlestown's first.
Wow.
That's pretty
2 minutes into the
pretty
second quarter.
lopsided with the fouls there.
Yeah, 2 minutes into the second quarter, and the Panthers are just now picking up their first foul.
I'd have to say against the team the caliber of Wildwood, that's quite good.
So Weaver is back in, replaces McDaniel. Bray Holmes was good on his first, and he's good on his second.
Wildwood stretches the lead back
and
out.
Turn the ball over now with Gidney has the ball. And that pressure of Wildwood is just starting to create problems for the Panthers. Bray Holmes drives baseline to the hoop and scores.
That was a nice up and under move, JD.
11-6 Wildwood. Gerdak with the ball. Dribbles over and throws it out of bounds. Looking for Schutz. And I just don't think they were on the same page. So the ball goes back to Wildwood. Harrison will bring it up as he swings it back to Gidney. Back over to Harrison, into the middle for Bray Holmes. Bray Holmes takes a little hook shot in the lane. It's no good. Rebound goes to Gerdak, who brings the ball up the floor. Wow, they are really calling a lot of ticky-tack fouls. A little hand check on Yates, or is that on, who's that on? Is it on Holmes or Yates?
I think it's on Yates.
Well, regardless of who it's on, they are shooting a 1-and-1. No good on the first.
And Wildwood has quieted this crowd and stretched the lead back out to 5. They're up 11-6, and they're in possession of the ball.
Yates swings it over to Gidney. Back over to Yates. Looking down low there to Bray Holmes. And called a foul. I believe that's on Schutz.
Yeah, you're right, JD. They're not really letting them play that much out there.
No, they are really keeping a tight game. Inside to Brown, who misses the layup. Rebound by the Panthers. Gerdak will push the ball up the floor. Swings it over to number 25, Johnny McCarthy, who's just in the game. McCarthy swings it over to Stoll. Back over to Gerdak. Back to Stoll again. Over to McCarthy, who swings it back to Stoll. Back to Gerdak. Gerdak drives. Good defense by Wildwood, who comes up with the steal. When the Panthers take it right back and then turn it over. Yates has it for Wildwood, who throws it up to Shedrick. Holmes with the drive to the hoop, and he's fouled and will go to the line for two. And that foul's on Schutz again. I believe that'll be his second foul.
And again, Holmes causing problems for Charlestown in the low post.
Well, it helps Wildwood because, you know, he's plays that 4 really well. I think he's actually playing the 5 now, and he can put the ball on the floor. He can shoot the ball. He can drive. So I think now Wildwood has found something that they can throw it at the Panthers. That's finally working. Holmes in and out. And the ball's on the floor, and it's over to number 2, Weaver.
Charlestown getting back in the game. Now they're only down by 3. 11-8, Wildwood with the lead. But that got the crowd right back into it.
To the middle to Holmes. Shedrick with a 3. He's off the mark. Yates out to the top. Oh, and he walks with the ball. Just trying to find somebody. He gave up his dribble and just picked his pivot foot up a little bit, yeah. McCarthy to inbounds to Gerdak. They swing it, try to swing it to McCarthy in the corner. It was knocked away by Brown. Oh, nice little move in the lane. Wow. Nice shot by Cohen Weaver. And this is a 1-point game now.
Well, basketball is a game of running. It looks like Wildwood and Charlestown are trading 4 points back and forth here.
Yates over to, Yates was too frightened to Shedrick. Shedrick had Brown wide open down low, but just overthrew him a little bit. These are going to be some costly turnovers for Wildwood.
Uncharacteristic turnovers by Wildwood.
I'm really liking even the pressure that Charlestown's putting on Wildwood, giving them a little bit of what Wildwood likes to do. Yates steals the ball up to Gidney. Gidney lays it in for 2.
Under a minute to play in the first half. 13-10 Wildwood.
Wildwood with the pressure. Turns the ball over again. Up to Yates. Yates misses the layup. Shedrick with the rebound, and he travels. I thought there was a foul there on Yates, but they didn't call it.
I definitely have to agree with you.
And he missed an easy one inside, and Coach Miller does not like that at all. And the official told him that he needs to
get back in the coach's box.
That's right. Definitely don't want to get teed up in a close game like this. Wildwood with that continued pressure.
Gets the ball across the time stripe.
Gerdick's trapped. Over to Quinn. Cam Shedrick steals the ball, throws it up to Gidney. Just throws it. He's in traffic. The ball's on the floor, rolling around with it.
Oh, my.
Looks like football out there almost. 2 kids scraping for the ball. I love the aggressiveness.
Well, number 1, Gidney, he might be small, but he's one tough cookie.
Yeah, Gidney wasn't giving that ball up. So jump ball goes to Charlestown with 8 seconds left in the half.
13-10, Wildwood.
Wildwood's with the pressure into the middle, swings it to Schutz in the corner, and he's off the mark, and that'll do it, folks, for the first half of this game.
That was a great look to get the ball to 5 seconds down the court, to get it all the way down and get a look like that. He was just off the mark.
So the score is 13-10 at the half in favor of the Mustangs, and the game plan for Coach Smith is going just as exactly as he talked about. Keep it in a half-court game and not let Wildwood get out too many runs. And I think they've done a great job at slowing the pace down.
Oh my gosh, yes. If the game continues to go the way it's going now, Wildwood would have 26 points when the game was over. That would be unheard of.
Well, and Coach Smith said that he wants to keep it in around 40 or under 40, and we're way under that pace at the moment. Folks, we are going to take a commercial break, and we will be right back.
With a step, an idea, a vision. At Shepherd University, you'll join a journey that began over 100 years ago and is still going strong. Make your ideas into something real and transform your vision into opportunity. 79 fields of study, surrounded by over 300 acres of pristine West Virginia, close to Washington, D.C. Start your journey here. Shepherd University. Don't just dream, do.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
And we're back, guys, at Charlestown Middle School, where the score at halftime is Wildwood Mustangs 13, the Charlestown Panthers 10. And we're going to go over a few stats first for the Wildwood Mustangs. Bray Holmes leads the way with 6. Kari Yates has 3. Avery Brown with 2. And Jaheen Gidney with 2 as well for the Mustangs. And Jeremy, you've got the stats for Charlestown.
Yes, the Panther stats for the first half. Cowan Weaver had 2, Carter Quinn had 2, Xavier Gerdak had 2, and Landon Schutz had 2, and I'm sorry, Kali McDaniel also with 2.
Pretty even scoring for Charlestown, getting a lot of players involved.
Definitely spreading the ball around. I think what's most important to take away from this first half here as we get ready for warm-ups is the amount of fouls Charlestown has managed to get Wildwood to commit.
Yeah, foul trouble. Wildwood got into foul trouble early. Shedrick, who's their leading scorer, had to come out, early in the first quarter. Didn't come back in till, the latter part of the second quarter. So they really need him to be on the floor to really make this offense go the way Coach Miller wants it to. Without him, it's definitely a much slower-paced offense. But fouls, it definitely was lopsided, especially to start the game. Kind of somewhat evened out. I think it ended up being 8 or 9-3, something like that. But still, definitely in favor of the Panthers.
If Wildwood commits that many fouls again in the second half and Charlestown's in the bonus at the end of the game, I think that could be the key to an upset.
Yep, because you know how games sometimes come down to those 1 or 2 points and some key free throws, and that's the key, making your free throws down the stretch in tight games like this.
My big takeaway is how is Coach Miller going to adjust, and what is he going to have his team come out in the second half prepared to do so that they can get back into their style of play and dictate the pace of the game.
Yeah, and you're right, adjust, because right now Charlestown's probably very comfortable with the pace of the game and how they're playing. They haven't had too many problems breaking the press, getting the ball to the middle. They're kicking it out to the corner. They're getting a lot of open looks. I tell you, I think, for shot, Charlestown probably has, gotten just as many open looks as Wildwood has. So, they just need to capitalize on those baskets. It's just the shots, the three-point shots, not quite falling for either team. So if one team or another starts knocking down the 3-ball, that could be a huge lift for one of these two teams.
I'd like to see Wildwood get out and run since the 3-ball is not falling, mainly because Charlestown's only played 6 players this game. If Wildwood can get out and run, those 6 players from the Panthers have done a lot of running, breaking that press and containing these weapons on offense from Wildwood. And I believe those legs get tired at the end of the game. It might not matter if they're in the bonus or not going to the line.
That's right. Yeah, so Charlestown, that could come into play, as this game goes on, with only playing 6 players, where Wildwood has already played, I think, at least 8 players, maybe 9 players. So they keep a lot of guys in and out fresh. But at the same time, they've had to make a lot of substitutions because they've had a couple guys get in early foul trouble. So if Wildwood can cut down on the fouls this half and get into some of the offense that they want to run, I think that they could definitely, take advantage of that.
One thing's for certain, the Panthers are definitely keeping their fans in the game, and I think that's definitely helping them.
Yeah, being home has played a big role as well. And like you said earlier in the game, there's a nice crowd here for this early in the season for a middle school game.
Be interested to see if the referees let them play a little bit as we get towards the end of the game, or if they continue to call the game pretty tight and calling the close hand checking and things that are could be a gray area, could be let go at different times. But I definitely like to see the boys get to play.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely don't want to hear a whistle every 30 seconds.
No, I'd say the first half went pretty quick for the amount of whistles and fouls that we had. If they let them play a little bit and the game gets physical, I have a feeling that that's definitely going to benefit Wildwood, because Holmes and Shedrick they're both pretty big boys, and they got some strength on them.
So the second half starts with Hairston, kicks it down low to Watkins. Holmes for 3, he's off the mark. Rebound by Cam Shedrick. He puts it to Yates, who then feeds it down to Watkins, and we already have a foul on the floor.
Well, I guess my let him play wish might not be going to come true.
I believe that was on number 20, Landon Schutz.
That was definitely on number 20.
The inbound, nice look to Bray Holmes for 2.
Ooh.
Wildwood with the continued pressure.
I got to tell you, if that one was on Schutz, that's his 3rd. That could be a big problem only running a 6-man rotation.
We might have to check the books on that. I'm not sure if it's a 2nd or 3rd. Does Charlestown call a timeout?
His reaction definitely led me to believe it was on him. And Charlestown definitely with the timeout.
It looks like McDaniel is going to check in, so we'll see if he's checking in for Schutz or not.
That would be the smart play right now. I think Schutz is going to have to sit down for a little while.
Well,
long as they can keep it close.
Only 30 seconds into the second half. We already have a whistle and a timeout. So I haven't seen too much action yet, and we already have a break.
Coach Miller down on the bench talking to his guys.
And Schutz is still in the game, so maybe that was not his 3rd, because I can't imagine if
Coach
he would have picked up an early 3rd foul that he would still be in there.
So Wildwood's going to bring the ball in.
I think the Panthers got a little confused as who had possession. So Yates throws it in to Hairston. Hairston brings it up, swings it back over to Yates, to Shedrick in the corner. Bang! His 3 goes.
Long 3 ball.
First 3 of the game for Cam Shedrick. So Gerdak was in the corner, lost the ball. Hairston dribbles it up. He takes it in, scoops it, misses. Watkins with the rebound, kicks it out to Holmes for 3. He's off the mark. Carter Quinn with the rebound, who passes it to Schutz for 3. No good. And now we're getting
some running.
Yates down the lane, shoots it, and he looks like he's fouled. So yeah, we got a little action there, back and forth between the 2 teams. So Corey Yates will go to the line to shoot 2.
believe it was on Xavier Gerdak.
So Gerdak picks up his first. Yates is off the mark on the first.
Looks like Yahi, oh, I'm sorry.
Yates with the second. He's off on the second.
Looks like Cowan Weaver's getting ready to come back in.
Landon
for
Stoll with the
Charlestown.
rebound, brings it up over to Carter Quinn, who dribbles over back to Gerdak at the top of the key. Back to Stoll. Good pressure by Wildwood. They're just playing this two-man game back between Gerdak and Stoll. And Wildwood steals the ball. It's Hairston, dribbles down, lays it up and in.
And Wildwood has very quietly stretched this out to a 10-point lead. Charlestown has...
Gerdak will bring the ball up the floor over to Landon Stoll. Back to Gerdak.
And
Cam
another
Shedrick
turnover
steals the
for
ball.
Charlestown.
Flat foul on the floor, and that'll be on Gerdak. I believe that'll be his second foul.
Those turnovers are really going to hurt Charlestown.
Yeah, they're just losing a lot of possessions by not taking care of the ball.
6 points, 6 points off of turnovers in the last minute and a half.
So timeout on the floor.
3:46 to play in the third. Charlestown's going to huddle up, and Coach Smith's going to talk it over and re-strategize.
Well, while now the second half has kind of started out exactly how Wildwood probably wanted the first half to start, kind of high, very fast-paced, up and down the floor, some turnovers, easy, fast break points.
Well, Coach Miller showed the last 3 years with that 51-0 record. He knows what he's doing. I figured he'd go into that locker room and come out with some solid adjustments after halftime, and looks like he definitely got his kids' heads on right, and they have come out ready to play. To be honest, this is more like what I expected when I was thinking about the game today. Some running.
If Wildwood can get into what they want to do, Charlestown could be in some trouble here in the second half. Harrison over to Holmes, back to Harrison. They're looking down low for Watkins, who has it, kicks it out to Brown for three. Bang! Avery Brown knocks down a three.
I know it's only halfway through the third quarter, but that feels like it could have been the dagger for the game.
Wildwood with that continued pressure. Quinn pushes it up the floor, down the Schutz, down low. Nice layup for
JD
Schutz.
Charlestown's got to go on a run right here and get some of those points back. They need a big defensive stand.
I love how Charlestown has just really not had, other than a few times they've turned the ball over, they've really been able to break the pressure from Wildwood and get an easy bucket inside. Shedrick down low, and one. Knocks down the bucket, and he will go to the line.
What Wildwood managed to do, though, those few turnovers, they scored on them.
Not sure who that foul was on.
The referees aren't doing a good job quite letting us see who the fouls are on.
Schutz.
Looks like the book is saying that was on number 4. Which would have been, no, there's no number 4 for Charlestown.
Yeah, I think it was 20, Schutz. 20. So that's definitely his third now, for sure. Let's see if
I think they might need to get him out of the game, and it looks like yes, it looks like Schutz is coming out.
Quinn with the ball, pressure by Wildwood. They are all over him. McCarthy gets the ball up, and it's another foul on Shedrick, just being a little too over-aggressive there, and probably didn't need to be.
I think Coach Miller knew that was a foul as soon as he saw it.
And that's going to be number 3 on Shedrick.
Looks like we have...
He comes out of the game again.
Yates checking back into the game.
So Gerdak controls the ball for the Panthers over to McCarthy. McCarthy picks his dribble up back to Gerdak. He calls out the offense, swings it over to McCarthy, down to the corner for Stoll. Tries to get it down to McDaniel. Just wasn't there, forced it a little bit. Now Wildwood turns the ball back over. Gerdak brings it up for the Panthers.
Down by 13. This is a good
nice bucket and one for Johnny McCarthy.
Charlestown really needed that one, JD.
1-5. That'll be Avery Brown on the foul.
And that's his
for
first.
Wildwood. So McCarthy shooting one. He's off. Brown with the rebound for Wildwood. Gives it to Harrison. Swings it to Yates. Yates to Watkins down the middle. Back door to Brown. Oh, his shot was blocked by Gerdak. Gerdak swings it over to Stoll.
Finish.
Yeah, that just was well defended by Gerdak. Gerdak swings it over to McCarthy, who gives it to Quinn. Foul on the floor, a push on Brown. He just picks up his second.
Quick two on Brown. I'll tell you what Wildwood has done so far is doing a good job of not getting in foul trouble.
Yeah, they don't want to start now. Gerdak with the ball, drives the lane. Little floater in the lane, he's off. Gets his own rebound. That's what I like to see. Kids don't follow their shot enough. But that time Gerdak followed his shot and was able to get his rebound. Quinn to throw it in. McCarthy to the corner. McCarthy drives the lane, swings it to Quinn for three. He's short on the shot. Watkins with the rebound. Harrison's pushing it up the floor. Over to Yates. Yates swings it to Brown for three. Off the mark. Watkins with a strong rebound inside. He misses the easy two.
I think he got
fouled
there,
and he loses the
Jason.
ball
The referee
out of
missed it.
bounds. I think you might be right.
I got my headphones on, but I think I still heard a smack on the arm.
There was a lot of body contact as well, but nonetheless, the ball goes out of bounds to the Panthers.
30 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Gerdak will bring it up the floor. The trap by Wildwood, turned over. Bray Holmes intercepts the ball, but he's fouled.
That's going to be on Johnny McCarthy. He picked up his first.
So McCarthy with the foul. That's 5 team fouls on Charlestown.
Looks like we have a story of two halves here.
Yates with the ball. Swing it to Gidney. Gidney to the corner to Holmes. Back over to Gidney. Yates with the ball. Back to Gidney. Down to Holmes. Good look to Watkins. He just can't finish. Shot was blocked, but Yates comes up with it. But Charlestown has got their hands in everywhere. They just couldn't get another shot off, and that'll end the quarter. So the score after three is Wildwood 25 and Charlestown 14. And we're going to take another quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
An idea, a vision. At Shepherd University, you'll join a journey that began over 100 years ago and is still going strong. Make your ideas into something real and transform your vision into opportunity. 79 fields of study, surrounded by over 300 acres of pristine West Virginia, close to Washington, D.C. Start your journey here. Shepherd University. Don't just dream, do.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities.
All right, guys, we are back. The action has started with Charlestown with the ball.
Looks like Charlestown has brought DeQuan McDonald, number 10, into the game to see his first minutes of the night. Trying to get themselves a spark here. They're down by 11, 25-14 to Wildwood here at home.
And there's a 5-second call on Gurdek. Just holding the ball a little bit too long. Got to be conscious of, dribbling that ball around too much. So Gidney will bring it up the floor for the Mustangs. Over to Yates. Brown in the corner. Swings it back to Yates.
What I wonder is if for the fourth quarter, Wildwood's going to try to put their foot down on the gas, or if they're going to play keep away and try to run the clock out.
Charlestown's doing a really good job playing half-court defense, making it tough for Wildwood to get a shot off.
I think they've definitely played good zone defense tonight. Helped
kick
each
it
other
to Brown for 3. He's off the mark. Rebound by Watkins to Braylon Holmes, and he's fouled and will go to the line for 2. That's what they've got to do. They've got to get it down to Holmes and Watkins more and let them do work down in the low post. They don't always have to settle for the 3 ball.
That's going to be on Carter Quinn. That's his second. Yeah, I don't know why after going to Holmes in the post, it was working so well in the first quarter, they seemed to get away from it. But, man, he's tough down there.
Holmes makes good on his first free throw. And Shedrick is back in the game for Watkins. Holmes good on the second.
That's going to stretch it out 27-14 Wildwood with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to play in the game.
A lot of pressure by Wildwood. It looks like he stepped out, or is it a foul? What do we got?
As tight as they were calling the game in the first half, I'd be shocked if that wasn't a foul.
Looks like a foul on Brown. That'll be his third foul as well. So we've got several guys for Wildwood with 3. And only 1 for Charlestown that has 3. So Charlestown will inbound to Gurdak. Over to Quinn. Down in the middle to Schutz for a nice look. And for 2 for Landon Schutz.
And the Panther crowd's been quiet. That gets them back into the game a little bit. Coach Smith is up at the end of the coach's box.
So a little
trying to keep his team in the
pressure
game.
For Charlestown here.
Timeout Wildwood.
Miller wants to get a quick timeout here. See, it's like a 30-second timeout to set something up. So Wildwood has extended their lead just a little bit, but it's still
11
still
points
within range.
A lot to overcome in 4 minutes and 22 seconds.
Yeah,
I definitely like to see Charlestown make it a game and hear this gym get loud for a tight game.
Yeah,
but I don't know if they can get back in it.
Yeah, Charlestown's going to definitely have to go on a quick run here soon.
I really think Weaver, Quinn, and Gurdak are starting to get tired.
And that could be.
They have played a lot of minutes. I don't know that they've been out of the game at all.
No, I don't think they have. Those are their 3 main guys, and as long as they can stay out of foul trouble, they probably won't come off the floor. So Harrison swings it over to Gidney, back to Shedrick, back to Gidney, over to Yates for 3, who's off the mark. Shedrick with the rebound, and Gidney loses it out of bounds. He probably should have let it go because Shedrick threw it off of a Panther player, and it was headed out of bounds, but Gidney grabbed it and just couldn't control the ball.
I think sometimes in the heat of the moment, you miss who actually touched it.
So Gurdak is under a lot of pressure from Wildwood. He gives it to Quinn. Quinn gives it back to Gurdak for a deep 3. Nothing there. Shedrick brings the ball up. Nice move down the lane. He's fouled and will go to the line for 2. Probably should have maybe given that one up for an easy layup.
It's going to be the 8th team foul.
I didn't get who that foul was on.
I think it was on Cowan Weaver.
So Cam Shedrick to the line. Misses on his first. I tell you, he's just been off this game. Foul trouble, that'll play the mental game with you when you're in and out of the game and foul trouble. You just can't stay in the game and get in a rhythm. He knocks down his second free throw.
Yeah, if he's somebody that typically plays the whole game, he's been in and out a lot, and it's definitely hard to get rhythm. Some players can come right off that bench and be a microwave, but players that play a lot of minutes typically not.
Holmes back out and Watkins back in from the Mustangs. Gerdak over to Weaver. Good defense there by Yates. So Quinn will inbounds for the Panthers. It's Gerdak in the corner. Jump ball. And that's going to go over to the Mustangs. Good defense to cause a jump ball.
3:16 left to play. Time's running out on the Panthers. Looks like McDonald's going to check back into the game.
And Charlestown looks like they're going to go with a little bit of full court press here of their own. Gidney just dribbles that up the floor. Looks like Charlestown's now in a man-to-man defense. Gidney drives, dumps it off to Watkins. Beautiful pass. Watkins lays it in for 2. And it's now 30-16 Wildwood. Looks like Hairston will pick up a foul. That'll be his third also. So Gerdak brings it up for the Panthers. Over to Quinn. Quinn swings it. To Weaver. Schultz gathers the ball over to Gerdak. Gerdak shoots the 3. He is off. Shedrick with the board. Down to Gidney. Gidney lays it up. And 1 for Jaheim Gidney as he will go to the line. Count the bucket. That was a good pass down court by Shedrick, but I think an even better catch by Gidney, who had a guy all over him. Lays it up, draws the foul, misses the free throw. Rebound goes to Schutz, so he's fouled right away.
It was a heads-up play by Wildwood to get your eyes up and look down the floor.
That'll be 4 on Hairston. And Miller is not happy with that. Stoll with the ball down low for the Panthers. Players are on the floor getting the ball. It goes over to the Panthers. So Quinn will inbound for Charlestown.
Minute 57 left to play. 32-16 Mustangs.
Gerdak with the ball. Looking for somebody. He dribbles the floor. Down low to Stalls. Taken away by Watkins. Harrison will bring the ball up. A little full court pressure by Charlestown. Foul on number 32, Xavier Gerdak. I believe that'll be his second foul, team's 10th. So Wildwood, I believe that's 5 on.
I think the mystery foul from the first half might have been on him.
Wow. So Gerdak fouls out of the game, and that is huge for the Panthers.
He's their point guard.
Harrison makes good on the first free throw to extend Wildwood's lead.
It's like Avery Brown's getting ready to check back in for Wildwood.
Brown in for Yates. Wildwood stays with their full court pressure. And Charlestown turns it over again. Gidney has it. He pulls it out. Smart decision by Gidney. Swings it over to Harrison. Harrison going to just run a little clock now, probably. Swings it to the corner. Gidney down low to Cam Shedrick. But it goes off of Shedrick. The entry pass was kind of low, and he couldn't control the ball.
With a minute 12 left to play, Coach Smith and the Panthers are going to call a full timeout. It's 34-16 Wildwood.
Yeah, they've kind of opened the lead up a little bit this half, as we kind of expected them to do. If they could get to doing what they want to do on offense, that would force Charlestown.
I don't think they ever quite got settled into a groove, but Charlestown started to get in foul trouble and started to turn the ball over in the third quarter, and Wildwood seemed to take advantage of those turnovers and hit their free throws, and they managed to go up by 18 points.
Well, and Wildwood has also knocked down a couple threes this half where I don't believe they made one three-pointer in the first half.
No.
So those were
they
key.
Did not. Avery Brown hit one, and looks like the Mustangs are about to bring in some of their bench players and get them some minutes.
So 30-second timeout by Coach Miller. Looks like he's, to get some of his guys in.
Looks like Charlestown's done the same thing.
Yeah, so coming into the game for Wildwood now is Neil Powell, number 10, number 22, Eric Morin. Brennan Bowles is also in the game, number 20, number 32, Noah Hockman. And number 2, who he's not on this roster, he's up from the JV team.
And it looks like Charlestown has brought in Logan Layer, Ryan Lopez, Caden Jones, Tommy Evans, and Landon Gautler to finish out the game.
And Mormon couldn't handle the ball, so the ball goes back over.
Always nice to see the kids who work hard in practice get a little bit of playing time.
Yep, that's for sure. Everybody deserves time. You're on the team for a reason.
And you never know which one of these kids could, in a couple years, maybe be in high school, be a starter. I've seen strange things happen.
The ball. Looks like they also might just be intent to run the clock out. Foul on the floor.
That was on number 2.
Yeah, he's not on our varsity roster.
JV.
Yeah, I didn't catch his name. Oh, and I believe that's, Yair Marrero. Okay, I'm sorry, he is there. I apologize. He's double rostered. So Charlestown with the ball down low. Nice scoop by number 12. Tommy Evans.
Looks like that's going to be
Bowles with the ball, throws it away. That shot won't count. So at the end of the game, Wildwood pulls it out 34-18. And it was a really tight game for, I would say, 2.5, almost 3 quarters. And but you know, Wildwood with their pressure and buckets down the stretch was able to pull it out.
So you want to go ahead and talk about maybe a player for the game from Wildwood and one from Charlestown. We'll start with Wildwood since they won. I like Bray Holmes a lot. When they had him down in the low post, he was definitely getting points down there.
Yeah, I like Bray Holmes. Is definitely a good player. He's an impact player for Wildwood, and he makes a difference down in that low post.
Now for Charlestown, I'm going to have to go with Xavier Gerdak, only because he had the ball in his hands a lot tonight, didn't commit a lot of turnovers, and I think he was key to keeping Charlestown in the game in the first half with his defense and breaking the press.
Yeah, unfortunately he fouled out later in the game, but I don't know if we have try to get Holmes. I don't know. They might have went into the locker room, so we may have him, we may not have him. Okay, well that'll probably do it. We won't get an interview with Bray as he went to the locker room with his team, but Bray Holmes is our player of the game tonight. But for Home Team Sports, I am JD Fritz with my colleague Jeremy Atkins, and we will see you guys